Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to read every single graphic novel on my TBR, since Goodreads doesn't seem to think they're important enough to include in the Goodreads Choice Awards. So I thought, why not read all of them to help boost them and talk about them and give them all the love that they deserve. So I read graphic novels a lot, actually. So I only have 5 left on my TBR on Goodreads. So the first one is Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by John Lee's Son. This one's been the longest on my TBR for graphic novels, but I've heard really good things, so I'm super excited about this one. Then I have Stargazing by Jen Wong, who was the author of The Prince and the Dressmaker, which I read last year and was a 5-star read. So I am really excited to see how I feel about this one. This one is a middle grade, so a bit different than The Prince and the Dressmaker, but I'm still really excited to get to it. Then I have The Girl in the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag, who is the author of the Witch Boy trilogy, which I really loved. So again, another one I'm obviously excited for. I'm excited for all of these. These are all like on my TBR, so obviously I want to read them. So yeah, I'm excited to dive into this one though. This is a like fantasy, queer graphic novel. I think it's a YA. I couldn't remember if it was middle grade or YA. This one is YA, so I'm excited because I think The Witch Boy is middle grade, so I'm excited to see a bit more mature content from her and just see like how she does with that. So excited for it, like I said. Then I have Happily Ever After and Everything in Between by Debbie Tung. Besides her collection of like just random journal comics, like her little anthology ones, I have read every single thing that she's come out with, including Book Love, Quiet Girl in a Noisy World, and Everything is Okay. That's 2 5-stars and 1 3-star. If this ends up being a 5-star, then she'll be a all-time favorite author for me, and I'm excited to see how I feel about it. I just really love her work. I think that it's so relatable, like deep down, so love it. Again, can you believe that I'm excited to get to it? And I have The Moth Keeper. Now this one just came out this year, so it's on my TBR. It's obviously, you know, one that I'm excited for, but it's also was one of my most anticipated releases for this year. So it's kind of checking 2 things off. And this one is by Kay O'Neill, who they wrote the entire Tea Dragon Society series, Dewdrop, Aquacorn Cove. These are all 5-stars for me. Like, this is already an all-time favorite author. So obviously this one I'm super keen to get to because all of those have been 5-stars. So I don't want to say I have like super high expectations, but they've never let me down so far. So what can I say, you know? And those are all of them. So I'm super excited to get to all of them. Like I have said too many times to literally count, but I'm also just, you know, happy to show more love to graphic novels since they got cut from the Goodreads Choice Awards for some reason, even though what's the need? What's the purpose? Like, like, is there a limit to how many categories you can have? No. Like, it's literally a website. Just code in another category, babes. It's really that simple. There's no need to cut categories. They cut that. I think they cut children's. I think they cut, there was like a couple of things that they cut. Let me see. Poetry. Yes, they cut out poetry. They cut out graphic novels. They cut out comics. They cut out middle grade. They cut out children's. Like, they cut out amazing categories. It's so rude, and I don't understand it, and I don't understand the need. Like, there was no need. They added in a couple categories this year, like romantasy and all that, and like, yeah, go them, you know, but why did you have to cut categories? There's no limit. It was just ridiculous in my opinion. So I just wanted to show love to one of my favorite categories that didn't get included, which is graphic novels and comics. So let's read all of these on my TBR and see how they are. Can you even have a readathon if you don't have some sort of ambiance going on? No. So I just finished Happily Ever After and Everything in Between, and it was okay. It wasn't my favorite of hers, and it wasn't 5 stars, unfortunately, but it was still good. I think anybody that's been in like a long-term relationship or like a marriage will find something in it to relate to or like find funny, but it felt a little less like a story to me and more like a collection. And her other works kind of do that as well, but it feels a little more cohesive and a little more complete, whereas this one kind of felt just like random things thrown together, and some pages were connected to each other, like the story would continue on the next page, and then you would flip it and it would still continue, and then randomly it wouldn't anymore. And so it just felt like really incomplete and kind of all over the place in some aspects, which really sucked. Her art style I really like. It's just black and white. I don't want to say scribbly, but like a bit more of that style. And I just think it allows like what's being said and like the dialogue boxes and like everything to kind of like come out a little bit more. So I do really like that. But yeah, I would give it maybe like a 4, I think, maybe 3.5. So not like the worst one I've read of hers, but not like a 5 star. So I don't know, we'll have to see what she comes out with in the future. She does have one coming out. I looked on her Instagram after because I was like, oh, it's kind of been a while since she's come out with anything. So I was looking, and she does have one coming out fall 2025. That's a long time to wait. But obviously I'll still read it and see what it's all about. But yeah, so that one is done. It was good. It was quick. Now moving on, I think I'm going to read The Moth by Kate O'Neill, because I'm really craving something like, oh, fantasy, wholesome, something that I know is going to be like really cozy vibes for this day. I made some gluten-free cookies, oatmeal cookies, and I had so much dough left over that I just pressed the rest into like a sheet pan to make bars. So now I'm just cutting those up. Ooh. So now they're just like little bars instead of cookies. I don't know. I just didn't really feel like making more cookies. I don't know. I felt like a different shape, okay? So I did finish the Moth Keeper, and it was everything I needed. It was totally everything that I expected it to be based off other of their works that I've read in the past, which I think is almost all of them, if not actually all of them. I've read, so I first started my Kay O'Neill journey with the Tea Dragon Society, obviously. I feel like everybody does. And then I read Aquacorn Cove, and I loved it. So then I was like, okay, they're definitely like a new favorite author. So then I read Dewdrop, and I also really liked that one. I think it was a little bit of a different target audience. I think like a bit younger, but it was still really, really good. So then I read that one, loved it. So here we are. This one definitely took me back to the feelings that I had while reading Tea Dragon Society. It's totally in the same vein as far as like the magic and the legends and the myths and the art style and like just honestly kind of everything. They're actually very similar in my personal opinion, and I actually loved it because I obviously love those stories, so it was nice to be transported back to a similar kind of vibe. The story obviously is entirely different. It's not the same story, so it's very, very different. But this one was so beautiful. I always say that Kay O'Neill's work to me feels very like Studio Ghibli. Like the myths and the magic systems and everything are just very that vein, which I absolutely love. So it was beautiful. It was stunning. I knew that it would be, honestly. I had no doubts about it. The story was just beautiful. Completely like captivated me, and I loved it. So I give that one 4.5 stars. This one was one that was released this year, and so I do feel bad because I think that this one would have been a contender. Like, in my opinion, this one would have been probably the winner of the Goodreads Choice Award graphic novel category this year, because they're a very popular author. They're normally very highly rated. This was a beautiful, beautiful story, such beautiful work, and it was released this year. I think this is the only one I'm reading this today that is released this year. So this one, in my personal opinion, would have won, and so it was kind of sad, you know, reading it and loving it as much as I did, because I just know it's not going to get that recognition, at least. Here are my oatmeal cookie bars. Yum. I bought these for like breakfast and stuff, because they're actually pretty healthy, honestly. Oatmeal cookie haul. But that is it. I'm going to take a small break and pick up the house and do what I need to do today. Check emails, stuff like that. Boring stuff, I guess. And then I will probably read. I don't know. So another thing, I found out that my library actually doesn't have Everyone's an Alien. If you're an alien. Wait, what is it? Everyone's an Alien. Okay, whatever that one is by Jomny Sun. That one my library actually doesn't have. Not on Libby, not on Hoopla, not even in real like physical form. So I'm going to see if I can maybe try to sneak a little something to try to find it. But if not, honestly, no worries. I'm still reading 4 graphic novels today off my TBR. So it's not the end of the day if I can't find it. And I'll just request that my library get it at some point so I can read it. So my options really are between Stargazing and The Girl in the Sea, which are 2 I'm very excited about, 2 authors that I have read from previously before and absolutely loved. So excited to see how I feel about these ones. And yeah, let's do some errands, or wait, chores. I'm not leaving the house. I'm gonna make a little decaf coffee as a pick-me-up. A placebo pick-me-up, I guess. I just want the taste of coffee, like I want like a warm cup, but I don't want the caffeine, but I'm craving coffee, you know? So I cannot find Everyone's an Alien, If You're an Alien too. I can't find it anywhere. So we're gonna have to take that one off of the TBR for today. Also, I did actually finish stargazing after I completed what I needed to get done for the day. So stargazing was really sweet. It was a middle grade novel about this girl who is Chinese American, and her family helps this mom and daughter who are kind of in a rough financial situation. They allow them to stay in their little guest house in the back, their like back lot, I guess. The daughters become friends, and they're both, I believe, they're both Chinese American, but they're different religions and different ways of life and different the households have different structures. And so the whole point, I guess, of the book is to show how even within one community, it's not like a monolith. Like, it's not just, oh, you're Chinese American, so that means this and only this. And that's what makes us all unique and beautiful. And it was really, really sweet. Very, like, a lot more heart-wrenching than I thought that it would be. But it was sweet. It was cute. I would give it 4 stars, I think. I would definitely highly recommend it. It was really fast-paced. I don't think that that took away from the story at all or anything like that. But yeah, I'm very happy with, you know, how it went and the meaning and the message behind it, and I think it's beautiful. And I'm definitely going to pick up more Jen Wong in the future because so far it's a 5 and a 4-star read from her, and I'm just hoping that she has more coming out because so far it's like crickets. So I'm hoping that there's more to come, and I definitely highly recommend this one. So far we have not had a flop. We have not had a flop. I don't know if that's because these are all authors I've read from before, so I know that I like their stuff. That might be it. Like, none of them are new. But I'm going to have my little coffee now, and I'm going to read The Girl from the Sea. I realized I think I've been calling it The Girl and the Sea, and I don't know why. It's The Girl from the Sea. But I am going to pick that one up, and that might be, probably will be the last one from this video, just because I can't find the other one. So I don't really know what to do, but we'll see. So let's get to reading. I feel like my Christmas tree looks extra cozy this year. I did the ornaments a little different this year. I had some extra ribbon from our wedding. So I actually took that ribbon and did the little ribbon trend. We have black and red. Like, it looks very traditional, like vintage, homey, and I really like it. We don't have a ton of stuff, but I refuse to buy like a pack of bulb ornaments. I just refuse. I hate that look. I like the look of like each one means something or has some special like story or something like that. So that's the vibe we go for in this house. And we've never had like an angel or a star or anything, but I took some big ribbon and made a little ribbon bow at the top, and I think it's cute. The Christmas vibes are are good in this house this year. Although I stand by that it does not feel like Christmas. Like, I can't get in the Christmas, like, the vibes are right, but it just doesn't feel like Christmas. I don't know what it is. Anyways, let's get to reading The Girl from the Sea. Super excited about this one. I absolutely love the Witch Boy series. Was there anything else from Molly Knox Ostertag that I've read? Oh yeah! Oh my god! I forgot that she wrote Roll Call, which is Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Club #1. There's a 5-star read for me. Was that this year? That was last year. I read it last December. Oh my god. December 11th. Almost exactly a year ago. This was a 5-star read. This one was so good. I thought there was something else that I liked from her besides just the Witch Boy series, but I couldn't remember it. This one was fantastic. This is a beautiful graphic novel. Okay. Wow, I'm even more excited for The Girl from the Sea now than I even was before. Let's get into it. I'm so excited. Let me turn off my cozy Christmas coffee shop ambiance with relaxing piano, jazz music, crackling fireplace, and snowfall video. So I did finish The Girl from the Sea, and I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I think that the Dungeon Roll Call one is still my all-time favorite, but this one was really, really good. It just didn't have as like magical of a feeling as her other stories have for me. There are like mythical creatures in here and like magical elements and stuff, but it still just didn't have like the vibe, like the overall vibe wasn't there still somehow. Everything else was amazing. The art style is fantastic. The coloring and shading and everything is right up my alley. I love it so much. The like story itself was very relatable and fantastic and sweet, and I'm obviously going to always continue to pick up Molly Knox Ostertag's work in the future because this was fantastic. And this one was a nominee actually, I think, for the 2021 Goodreads Choice Awards for graphic novels. So since I can't find the Germany's Son, Everyone's an Alien, If You're an Alien Too, I can't find it. My Hoopla does have it on audio, but can't really do that with a graphic novel in my personal opinion, so not gonna do that. I might just like keep requesting it from the library, or I don't even know, read it at Barnes & Noble one day or something. We did read 4 graphic novels in this, and we didn't have a miss. We didn't have a miss. We read Happily Ever After and Everything in Between by Debbie Tung, which I gave 4 stars. 3.54. This was probably my least favorite out of all of them, but still like 3.54, that's not bad. Then I read The Moth Keeper, which I gave 4.5 stars, and that was by Kay O'Neill. Then Stargazing, 4 stars by Jen Wong. And then The Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag, which was also 4 stars. Which for this video gives us an average rating of exactly 4 stars. Yay, that's really good. So super happy about this. Definitely need to be on the lookout now that my TBR has almost 0 graphic novels. I only have that 1. So definitely leave me some recommendations for different graphic novels, your favorites, because I definitely need some new ones to check out now that I've read every single one off my TBR. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know, like, not only your favorite graphic novels, but what you think about this whole Goodreads situation. We've never really cared about the Goodreads Awards, right? Like, it's fun to make videos about it, like guessing it, predictions, reading all of them in one category, reading all the winners, reading, like, there's so many videos that you can make, and I love that sort of content as well. Like, I love consuming it, but we've never really given the Goodreads Awards much credit. Like, they don't actually have much say about the best books of the year in this community. I don't think, anyways. So we all know that they aren't super reflective anyways, especially since they stopped with the write-ins. But what do you think about this whole thing with like taking off all these categories? Like, so poetry doesn't matter, graphic novels don't matter, like children's literature doesn't matter, like they don't deserve it. Weirdo behavior. In my personal opinion, I don't get it. It wouldn't have made a difference, but it would have allowed children's literature especially to continue getting pushed out and to show importance, which in this day and age we desperately please need children to be reading books. They're important, they matter, we need to be pushed out. Poetry, graphic novels, comics, those matter, and taking them off makes it seem like they don't, which is super, super shitty. I think it's all just a mess. I think it's all a joke, but honestly, like, think of Goodreads. They don't even know how to make a proper website. It's been a joke. So let me know what you think. I'm going to continue to always stand by children's literature. I'm not a huge fan of poetry myself, but I will always like support it and be an advocate for the fact that all forms of literature should be cared about. But children's literature, graphic novels, comics, those are near and dear to my heart. So this one's done. But I'll always continue to support it. And yep, I hope that you guys have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, night. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!